Everyone, and welcome to this session of the career fair that we have organized for you today. I know there's been a lot of excitement and speculation after the NEP was announced. As schools, we were excited, I think, but more excited than us have been college-going students or college lecturers, and those of you who will be entering college, because many of you, the changes would set in by the time you are ready to step into college. And as you would have seen during this COVID, we've all learned, that jobs, careers, there's going to be a major change. And all of us keep saying life is not going to be the same. I would say life is going to be far, far better. So I would like to begin by inviting Mrs. Minu Arora first. She's from Kriya University in Chennai, a relatively young university with a very sound backing in terms of their founders. You have Kiran Shaw with them, and you have Mr. Raghunathan with them, and many others. So without taking more time, I'll hand it over to Minu first of all. Minu, all yours.
Thank you so much, Preeti. And I will not be using PPT as I have only 3 minutes. I would like to chat with you people. So Kriya University, as Preeti has already introduced, Kriya is a liberal art education university. We are pioneer in the interwoven learning. And I would like to share that how it was started, like Dr. Raghuram Rajan, Dr. Sundar Ramaswamy, and Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, who's a great industrial leader, Anu Aga, all these people came together and they tried to analyze that, what is employer looking for in the 21st century? Because when you people go for the employment, they will be looking at you on certain parameters. So they found a lot of gap between the higher education and the employability. And then they came up with this curriculum, which is already prevalent in many other universities also. So that is a liberal art education, and plus emphasizing on the skills, because only degree is not sufficient. So Kriya University is situated in Sri City, which is 70 kilometers north to Chennai. It is only 1.5 hours drive. It is a 40-acre campus. And Kriya University as such has two schools. One is IFMR, which gives the MBA degree for the past 47 years. And the School of Interwoven Arts and Sciences was started last year. So we have just taken our second cohort in our college. So basically we offer BA and BSc courses. So all the majors and minors include starting from history, economics, psychology, computer science, physics, chemistry, maths. We don't have any engineering courses. And you can take up any one major along with the minor, or you can take joint majors, or you can also have integrated majors. There is no prerequisite for any course. So suppose even if you don't have maths in your high school, you can still go for your economics course. We have the bridge courses to support. We try to help you in unleashing your potential. So like right now we are having the bridge courses running for the second cohort who have joined such courses without any prerequisite. So we are helping them to build up those skills. So when you join Kriya, you don't join a particular major, you join a common course. So all the students go through the skill courses and the core courses, including mathematical reasoning, scientific reasoning, or social analysis, or maybe data analysis, design thinking, communication. Because we follow guiding principles. Top-notch universities like Oxford, Cambridge. Recently, Dr. Ramchand Guha has also joined us. So we follow all these guiding principles, whichever course you take up. So like, if you learn something, and today is the world of information, you need to communicate. You need to communicate not only with your own disciplines, but people from the other disciplines also, right? All the courses are research-based, because education is not only about getting information. You need to have that scientific aptitude to question what is being taught to you. Historicity, because we believe in the interwoven learning. So you will see that the curriculum beautifully weaves the past into the future through the present, the arts into the sciences, and whether it is a mathematical course. So whether it is a mathematical course you will be studying ethics along with that. So you will see that professors who are teaching one subject are also teaching you some other subject along with that, which helps you in building up those skills which will be carried on for 3 years. So coming straight to the admission process, we have two stages. The application stage, where you write your personal story along with submitting your documents of academic and extracurricular. If you're chosen in the first stage, then you move to the second stage, which we call it as Kriya Immersive Day. So in Kriya Immersive Day, you are given a case and you work in a group. So earlier we used to take students to the field trips. So I hope when you people apply, the situation will be all right and you will be going for the field trips. So in these field trip, you will analyze the case as a group activity, as well as you will write a reflective essay. And there will be a personal interaction with the admission team. I don't say interview because it is not an interview. So if you are passed to the second stage also, and then you are welcome to join Kriya. I will end here and then you can ask questions. And before I end, of course, I would like to talk about the partnerships which you have with various universities and industries, because we believe in immersive learning. So between year 1 and 2 and 3, you have various internship programs. So, and also the first year you have the social impact internship program, because Kriya believes in guiding students to become ethical, purposeful, and impactful leaders. So, giving back to the community is very, very important. So, and as a part of this partnership with the university, like one of our students did a data and policy from University of Chicago, and everything was funded by Kriya. So we do have financial aid also available with us. Yes, Almas.
Thank you so much, Meenu. I think the liberal arts program is so beautiful. If you recall, we came across it when we traveled together for the first time overseas. I think it's such an amazing program when you really don't know what you want to do, and we have quite a few representatives of from liberal arts colleges whom we'll be meeting later. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Vansh Chuk from Atria University, Bangalore. This is an engineering college with an entirely new focus. We've all been hearing about, research and development, which is such an important skill that India has got left behind. But it's exciting to see that we have many universities with tie-ups. Atria in particular has a lot of faculty and tie-ups with Stanford. Over to Mr. Vanshchuk, please.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this introduction, and thank you so much for having me here. So I really don't want to. So I'm doing this for the first time virtually. So I don't know how it goes, but I am not going to tell you about Atria. I'm going to tell you about how to go forward. Like, it's a very crucial step. It's a launch. It's going to be a launch pad for you, and it's a very big decision to make. And I'm sure that you guys, some of you are confused. So how to eradicate that confusion? So I'm going to talk about that, and obviously some USP of university. So Atria is a liberal sciences university, and when I say liberal sciences, liberal education, it is basically a mixture of all disciplines together. Let's say humanities, natural sciences, social sciences, applied sciences, commerce, and all of that. So that's what liberal education is. So somebody has said that human minds are like parachutes, huh? When it works best when opened. So um, the idea is why we have invented this university is because we have identified that there is a problem, and the problem is that if 100 people are studying, if 100 students are studying, not everybody is getting placed. What is the reason? Everybody has information, everybody is studying, but not everybody is getting placed. So we understood that we think that in India there is a problem of uh, following this approach called rote learning, right? So we want to move away from all traditional methods. We want to do something unconventional here. That is why we have some futuristic majors, right? And the idea is to bring a change, to transform, the education system, right? Because we feel that, so I'm just 26. When I was in my 12th, I studied two books, Flamingo and Vistas. I am from CBSE board, and I still know that for a fact that we still study the same books, we still follow the same curriculum, we still deal with the same set of sample papers, right? So we are not coming out of our comfort zone. We are doing the same thing over and over. So we want to break this monotony, and that's how we have introduced some futuristic majors, right? So we are dealing in, let's say, digital transformation, and it's not an engineering program. It's basically a liberal sciences college where a person from humanities background could study engineering without giving JEE. That's the beauty of it, right? You don't have to give any competitive exams. You don't have to appear for NEET, JEE, or ACT, SCT. You can, if you want to lay your hands on something which you want to do, let's say related to science, you can do that, irrespective of the discipline you come from. So that's the beauty of liberal Atria University as a liberal sciences college, right? So, for example, we have this course called mobility, wherein we are teaching you electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, aerodynamics, avionics, right? And we have battery operated management systems, mass transportation. Now, let's assume that there are four people who are interested in electric vehicles, right? I am interested in customizing a car. So I would do bachelor's of design in mobility, wherein I would learn how to customize a car, how to design interiors and exteriors, how to make a skeleton and all of that. So my curriculum would be very different from a BTech one. The second one who wants to manufacture engines, radiators, suspensions, right, alloys, that person would do BTech in mobility, right? The third person who is research oriented and also fond of cars could do BSc honors in mobility. So that curriculum would be very different. And the last one is BBA in mobility. So that's how you could combine your degrees. You can play with the curriculum. You can design and craft your own curriculum here at Atria. Why this is needed? Because we feel that students are very puzzled, and at this point it's totally okay. It's a good place to be in. It's okay to be confused. Yeah, if you know that you're confused and you've realized it, it means that you are in the right direction. Now, how to remove all of this, how to eradicate this? I would say, without experiencing, without knowing what is around, I think you will not be able to eradicate that problem. So the purpose of, we have some introductory courses. So the purpose of those introductory courses is that to to give you some knowledge, to impart you some knowledge as well as skills. Yeah. So you do those and then you move on, right? And we do not have semesters here. We do not have exams either, right? Because we think that exams are not a true, like they are not true indicators, evaluating a person. We do not focus on marks either. We focus on qualities instead, right? We see if that person has passion, rigor, learning ability, learning orientation, and so on and so forth. So we have 9 to 10 qualities that we look for in an application form, right? We do not see marks. Even if you secure 65%, it does not mean that you will not be successful. That's not the thing, right? So we do not have any eligibility criteria. We do not have any prerequisites as such, right? We do not have any foundations or restrictions. A political science student could study engineering if they want to. We will teach them from scratch, right? If they don't want to, it's totally okay. So I am here just to make you guys understand the beauty of, liberal sciences. Yeah, even if you don't want to study at Atria, please don't. It's totally okay. But I just wanted to let you know that what we have here for you, right? And it's quite radical, right? So we have some courses like mobility, energy sciences, digital transformation, sustainable life sciences, wherein we are teaching genetics engineering, gene alteration, medical instrumentation. Then we have Internet of Things. We have augmented reality. If you want to go into gaming, if you want to um, do coding, if you want to do animation, we have all of that covered, right? So yeah, and so this is the curriculum. If you talk about the admissions process, we have our own application form, which is free of cost. And in that application form, we are just asking about your perceptions. We are asking about the perspective. We have a paragraph wherein you have to write about yourself. Then if you have any scores to showcase, you can do that. However, it does not make any difference, right? We will ask you about your qualities, like how, if you are passionate, share the story with us. So we have our own application form, and after that, once you get shortlisted, we will call you for the interview. We will divide you into 3 groups, right? And we will give you a live problem. Let's say poverty in India, or let's say how to eradicate or how to minimize traffic in Bangalore, or let's say Delhi. So you guys have to come up with a solution, and there's nothing right or wrong. You guys have to work in groups, right? So through that activity, we will try to find out if you guys can work in teams first. Second, we will try to find out how you guys think. Do you guys even think? Yeah. If yes, then do you guys follow this linear approach, or do you guys think from multiple perspectives? So we will evaluate that, right? Next, there will be a group presentation wherein we will see how you communicate. And when I say communicate, when I talk about communication skills, it does not mean that you have to be fluent in a particular language. You don't have to be fluent in English. Communication means whatever thoughts you have, you are able to enunciate that, you are able to put it across, right? So we will see that as well, right? Then we have a personal interview, which is going to be an informal kind of a communication with the faculty, wherein you can also ask questions, you can ask about the curriculum, you can ask about whatever, right? So that is the admissions process. And then once you get an offer from our side, we have scholarship as well as financial assistance. We have excellence based scholarship, right? We will see through your application form, and then we will scrutinize your application based on your candidature. When I talk about financial assistance, financial aid, it is entirely need based. We have up to 20 crores of pool. We have a very generous pool of financial aid department. So you don't have to worry about the fee structure. If you get through it, we will do whatever the
Sorry to interrupt. Please stick to the time limit.
I'm done. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vansh. I think you have patched up a lot of broken hearts who did not get science because they wanted it, because it's always, it's strange how in our country we want to compartmentalize children at a very young age. So thanks for patching up a lot of broken hearts. So from liberal arts to liberal science, let's move to the School of Business. We have with us Mr. Dolce. He's from one of the world's renowned business schools in France. Short form is ESSEC. Over to Dolce.
Ma'am, I guess Mr.
Yeah.
Doljit is not here due to some personal problem.
Okay,
I guess we can move on to.
Okay, fine. So,
Preeti,
yes. Yeah,
just a second. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
If there are some general questions in Q&A regarding career counseling, can I answer those?
Yeah, fine. If Nasser is fine with
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Yes,
career.
definitely, ma'am. Anyone of you can answer the questions.
Yeah, fine.
Not related to any university.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. You can go ahead with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the other very exciting thing about COVID is a lot of us have tried our hand at cooking, not realizing how good we were at it. And I'm sure many of us amongst the audience, the children, it's been great time cooking for the family and learning new things from YouTube. So we have with us Mr. Gaurav Quatra from the Academy of Culinary and Pastry Arts, Gurgaon, and we have some of our students over there already also. So over to Mr. Already over there doesn't mean right now. What I meant is they're studying over there. Over to Mr. Quatra.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all my panelists. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting us for this session, and welcome all students. Ma'am rightly said, like a lot of people have started experiencing cooking at home. To be very honest with you, I also personally started. I'm not a chef, but I also started exploring that vertical. I'll quickly, because it's food, and until unless it's tasted, nothing can be commented on it. But unfortunately, a camera doesn't give me that flexibility to do so. So I'll show you some of the interesting images, and then I'll talk about the academy as well as the program. I'm sharing my slide. APCA stands for Academy of Pastry and Culinary Arts. We are one of the most awarded culinary school in Asia. We have a presence in 5 countries and 7 cities now. So far in last 10 years, we started in 2010, only 2,300 students have graduated from our academy. This number will look very small to most of you, but the main reason behind this is we are very, very practical oriented academy where we offer only practical programs to our students. So we take only 14 students in one batch. So that's the student faculty ratio. We started our journey, as I shared, in 2010. It is started by 3 friends from Delhi only. One of them is a retired major. The center images of Chef Niklesh Sharma. He's the man behind this. It's his brainchild. Started this academy in Malaysia first. He was working with Taj and Oberoi's, and he got an opportunity to visit a pastry school in US, and from there this idea emerged that Asia doesn't have any such institution. So Malaysia, Philippines, then Gurgaon came into picture in 15, Bangalore, Mumbai, now Indonesia and Singapore as well. This is a very, very interesting concept. I like to share about this. This is like we have a World Cup in soccer and World Cup in cricket. There is a World Cup of pastry which happens in France every alternate year. So we are the current world champions. 2019, that was the 30th edition of this World Cup, and we won this prestigious award. Yeah, so this is in center you see Chef Tan. He is the first gentleman to join our academy in 2010, and now we are the proud winners. This was not done in a day, so it is actually a lot of effort has gone into it. So it was our 3rd attempt at World Cup and 7 years of perseverance. Why I'm sharing this with all the students is you go into any area, success will not come to you immediately. So you have to actually work hard, keep on continuing working towards it, and then only you will able to make up your mark in the industry. So please be patient and keep working towards it. This is a photograph of our chef members who have been well qualified. They have graduated from best of the colleges, IHMs, then worked in industry, worked with groups like Taj, Oberoi, Hyatt, Redison, internationally trained, and participated in a lot of international competitions as well. Because culinary, we all have been fascinated and seen programs like Master Chefs, and somehow competitions have been a very integral part of the food industry. And our students have also represented India twice and after winning the Junior World Pastry Cup India edition, and they went to Italy to represent India. I'm just quickly showing you a few more slides of images. So macarons is one of our very famous French delicacies. So no presentation is over without this image. So let me show you some more interesting stuff. Although unfortunately I can't make this session more interactive, but you can type your guesses in the chat box also. So this is made of only one ingredient and just added colors to it. So this is made of chocolate. It's a chocolate display. This again, the second sculpture is also made of only one ingredient and added colors to it. This is made of sugar. The subject is called as sugar art. We train our students on these areas. Why I'm showing this to you, these are not the things which generally people consume, but this shows the level of detailing or level of expertise we provide to our students. The third image is again a very interesting one. It's one of the, I think it's one of the most difficult thing to guess upon. You might have to adjust your screen for it. It's very right aligned. So this is made of bread. This is a bread display by Chef Raman from our Gurgaon Academy. So this is a bread display. The entremets are very, very, we all are fond of cakes. So different kinds of glazes, different kinds of base, different kinds of sponge we train our students upon. Along with pastry and baking, we also expertise in the area of culinary. That's a hot kitchen. So international and domestic cuisines. So like these are some of the images from the Italian cuisine. French cuisines. So plating is very, very important. So it said like first you eat from your eyes. So the quality of ingredients, the taste, as well as the presentation is equally important. Molecular gastronomy. We are among very few people, if I'm not wrong, who train our students on molecular gastronomy. So it's about the combination of a science and food together. We primarily offer 3 kinds of programs. Our short duration programs are for 6-month diploma programs. In that, anyone can take a pastry or baking or culinary for 6 months, or they can go for an advanced diploma program, which is a 1-year program where you have 6 months of classes as diplomas, 3 months more classes, and then you go for our Malaysia Academy for a high-end program for 2 weeks and 3 months of internship. So it takes actually around 1 year to complete advanced diploma. The third program, which is actually meant for school students, is we call it as a UG program. It's a dual program. It's a combination of both pastry baking and culinary. That means the hot kitchen. So all cuisines, everything, pastry baking, cakes, tarts, breads, everything is included in it. And the last year is completely into industry. 6 months in France, 6 months in Middle East for the internships. And these are paid internships generally offered by restaurants and hotels over there. So in this way, we conduct our programs. I'll request all of you, if you have any doubts, you can type in your questions in the chat box. We will love to answer that. In addition to this, we have also started online programs because of this COVID. This is our new initiative where we have started across with 1-day classes to a 1-month class certificate programs. These are all online programs, interactive through Zoom, and still in school and wants to explore, experience it first, and then understand is it a right field for you or not. So you can take up our online programs as well. Follow us on Instagram, APCA_India. We're a very active page on Insta. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot, Almas. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you very much. I'm glad you only got 3 minutes, because you would have all of us salivating over our gadgets, looking at those wonderful dishes that you were showing us at lunchtime. So with that, I just saw a question is going to the mailbox, regarding journalism and media. So on that note, I would like to invite, of course, Flame University is a college of liberal arts, but being in Pune, it is easy to guess what would be the most popular course over there. So over to Neha, please. Neha from Flame University.
Yes, thank you, Puri ma'am. It's a pleasure to be at the career fair today. And how's Shagun doing?
She's good. She's good. Thank you.
Great. Okay.
She was among the earliest batches.
Yes, and one of the very bright students.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Neha Verma, and I'm representing Flame University. Flame University, they are one of the pioneers of liberal education in India, and there are so many other delegates here that are also representing liberal education because that's the need of the hour. So this university is in Pune, and we are extremely famous for the quality of education, the quality of faculty, and the unique combination of courses that we offer. It's a huge 65-acre campus situated in a valley with all world-class amenities. And we have faculty from all over, from the best universities of India and abroad. So coming to the programs that we offer, I would just like to share my screen with you. Just a second. Yes. So can everyone see my screen? Okay. So these are the courses that we are offering at the moment. We offer BA in Economics, Psychology, Literary and Cultural Studies, International Studies, Environmental Studies, Journalism, Public Policy and Sociology. Then we offer BA Honors in Economics, BSc in Applied Mathematics and BSc Honors in Computer Science. We offer 2 kinds of BBAs. One BBA has subjects like finance, marketing, HR, operations, entrepreneurship, general management. And then we have BBA Communications, which offers subjects like advertising and branding, digital marketing and communications, film and television, and communication studies. These are the various combinations that a student can make. Like, for example, somebody just asked about journalism. So if a student, so first year is the foundation year where everyone has to take up foundation courses. So there are 6 foundation courses, and then you have to choose a minimum of 10 courses from these universes of knowledge. So the 6 foundation courses are academic writing, critical reasoning, public speaking and debate, digital literacy, introduction to applied ethics, and environmental studies. And then we have these universes of knowledge. So under these universities, these are the courses that we offer. So under physical and natural sciences, we have genetics, planet Earth, and all these courses. Then we have fine and performing arts, we have global studies, social science, and humanities. So out of each universe, a student has to choose a minimum of 2 courses each. So then towards the end of first year, that's the time when you will actually decide that, yes, my interest lies in so and so subject, and I would like to take up, let's say, journalism as my major, and maybe finance as your minor, which is again a very unique combination. Or a student can take up, let's say, psychology as the major subject and marketing as the minor. Then another unique option is entrepreneurship as your major and maybe film and television as your minor. So like these, there are about 250 plus unique combinations that you can make out of these courses. Then coming to the experiential learning courses that we offer at Flame. These are very, very popular courses. So in the first year, the summer of the first year, we ask all our students to have the developmental activities program. Now, this is a program that engages the students to the NGOs. They work with the NGOs and they come to know how these NGOs operate and facts about all the NGO workings. Then in this semester 4, we have the Discover India program. It's a very, very interesting program in which students are divided into 7 to 10 groups of 7 to 10 students. They choose the topic of their choice. They choose the topic of the place of their choice. And then they prepare a proper research-based project on this. So like, for example, there was a group of students who chose turbans of India as one of the topics. So they went to Jodhpur along with their mentor, and they did a full research about the various turbans of India, what's the significance. And when they came back, they prepared a wonderful project on turbans of India and a movie also on that. So it's a very interesting project which students look forward to. Then in the summer of year 2, students have to do a summer internship program as well. And they have to work with the various multinationals and gather their experience over here. Now, so I'll come to the international connects that we have. You can see the names that we are connected to. We have York University, Babson Collaborative, Yale University, Boston University, Wellesley College, and so the students opt for these exchange programs. It's a student and a faculty exchange program, and so these are some of the names. Coming to the guest speakers, these are again the very popular names. Like this month only we had Mr. Narayan Murthy, who addressed the students at Flame University. And some of the names, the popular names are Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Mr. Deepak Parekh, Mr. Dilip Sanghvi, Mr. Uday Kotak, and so on. So coming to the admissions part, so we have our own entrance exam at Flame University. And this entrance takes place in the month, starting from the month of December. December, February, and April are the months where the entrance takes place pan-India. So it takes place pan-India, and it takes place in almost 10 cities across India, wherein Delhi is one of the centers. So we have a Flame aptitude test, and students who have a very good SAT and ACT score can skip this test, but they still need to appear for the online essay and the personal interview. So the student has to come to the designated the place where we ask you to come, and you have to give all three: the feat, the online essay, and the personal interview. All the students having a good SAT score or a good ACT score can skip the aptitude test, and then we shortlist the students. This is the fee structure that we offer. So the tuition fee is about 5,95,000, and boarding and lodging is 1,65,000. So the total comes out to 8,10,000. But we offer very good amount of scholarships. So we offer both need-based and merit-based scholarships. Merit-based scholarship mostly depends upon the past academic records, the extracurricular achievements, and of course the performance in the entrance exam. So if a student has performed very well, you will automatically get a very good amount of scholarship. And need-based scholarship is when there is you have got selected, but there is a need of a scholarship. So we offer need-based scholarship as well. So I'll be happy to answer all your questions in the chat box. Please do let me know whatever queries you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neha. And with that, let's go back to a liberal science college one more time. We have with us Natasha Goel from Palaksha University. Palaksha dishes. I think to fill in the gap that we've all needed in our higher education in many cases, especially in the sciences, which is on research and development. Over to Natasha Goel.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for having us. I'd quickly share my screen. So let me know, is it visible to everyone?
Yes, please.
Great. So good afternoon, everyone. So first of all, like Palaksha is an upcoming technology university. So like ma'am rightly said, right, like really thinking about how technology education needs to change in the 21st century. And I think with the national education policy as well coming in, it's been like a big delight for all of us, for sure. So talking a bit about, so Palaksha launches next year. Our founding cohort starts campus in August 2021, and we'll be starting admissions for it this year. And really, like, the whole concept came from the fact that we have a community of 80 plus founders who have started their own tech companies, who are entrepreneurs. And a lot of them are the ones who, like they've passed out of IITs and everything. And they've felt that while we've progressed so much as a country, the STEM education part of it is still the same. What's taught in IITs right now is something which hasn't changed over decades. And there's a huge need for that change to happen. Along with that, we also have a very strong academic advisory board. So we have people like Dr. Abhijit Banerjee, who's of course like a Nobel laureate. He got it last year. We have Pankaj Chalote, who's the founding director of IIT Delhi, Arvind Raman from Purdue University. Really, and they're helping us, not just guide the curriculum, but also, help us with faculty recruitment, develop the curriculum, everything. Very, very involved. Palaksha has also already has strong partnerships with University of California, Berkeley, Stanford Research Institute International. It was formerly, and they've been the ones who actually were responsible for starting off with Siri, who we all are very familiar with, as well as Purdue University. So to give you examples, like these are partnerships where we've actually been to Purdue and we're doing curriculum design with them. We have quarterly meetings and they're very, very involved in all of our development. So now just kind of talking about how are we reimagining technology education, right? So it's primarily on 4 pillars, and I'll spend some time talking about that. The first one is an interdisciplinary engineering curriculum. For the longest time, we've seen that there are like walls between engineering disciplines, right? Like you have electrical, mechanical, civil. But the heart of problem solving lies at something which is very interdisciplinary, and you have to look at different parts of various things. So that's one thing where we are like dismantling the walls between all the disciplines. The second part is integrating liberal arts design and entrepreneurship, right? We have a lot of liberal arts universities and sciences universities here. And I think the sense of it, and something which the NEP as well mentions, that integrate, like having that holistic mindset to be able to look at what humanity needs, what kind of problems they have, you need to learn these subjects as well. The third aspect is on hands-on pedagogy and blended learning. So this is more around, like giving exposure to industry level problems. We will have something known as the Grand Challenge Studios, which is essentially looking at some of the biggest problems, for example, COVID right now, and what kind of tools we can create to actually solve those, and giving that real life exposure to students. And the fourth one is self and leadership. I think this is one of the most critical aspects, right? When we talk about 21st century skills like communication, creativity, problem solving, collaboration, that's something which we plan to inculcate in our curriculum from the start. So in our inaugural year, we're looking at 4 cutting-edge interdisciplinary majors. The first one is computer science and artificial intelligence. So this is not your traditional CS degree. It has elements of CS with AI, machine learning, natural intelligence, NLP, all coming together for that holistic problem solver. The second one is robotics and cyber-physical systems. So this is really at the heart of 3 things, right? Like we have physical systems, we have the cyber world, and we have the biological systems. And how these 3 things interact with each other and how we can use robotics in the same arena, that's where this major really lies at. The third one is biological systems engineering. I think more than now, right? Like when you look at COVID taking over the whole world, this is very, very relevant. And this is like really how we can actually use data, like any biological data, to come up with systems, practices, and come up with tools, etc. The fourth one's very exciting as well. It's called data science, business, and economics. The heart of any business lies with data, right? This is something which we see at sales, marketing, any startup, in the policy space as well. So I think that's something which is a very, very exciting place to be. Briefly going over the admissions process. So it will be a holistic admission process, and we're looking at students who are academically driven because it's a technical program, but also they have that curiosity, the curious mindset, as well as they want to build things. So we'll have an application form, and the application form would require like one of SAT, ACT, JEE Mains, or KVPY scores, as well as your transcripts. The prerequisites are like you require math for all the majors and physics for some of them, as well as we want to look at some of your, aspirations. So we'll have few essay-based questions. If you've done any extracurricular activities, you're more than welcome to put that as well. And on the basis of your application form, you will be shortlisted for an interview round. And so on the basis of that, you'll get your admissions. We launch in October 2020, and we will have need-based and merit-based scholarships as well. So happy to take up any questions. If you have any queries, feel free to reach out at Applied Laksha. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Natasha. So let's go back to a liberal arts college, and I'd like to invite Mrs. Parneet Shergill and Vrinda Tandon from Ashoka University. Once again, Ashoka University, we have alumni from your school studying over there. Some of them have moved on and gone overseas also. So it's a university we've known for a few years. Over to both of you, please.
Thank you so much, Preeti ma'am. And you did mention the national education policy, and I think it's come as a breath of fresh air for all of us, especially many of you here along with us who've been trying to say the same thing. And, hopefully people will understand better what we've been trying to say and what we are trying to do for education. So coming to Ashoka University, we are one of the largest philanthropic initiatives in the field of education in Asia. We are located outside Delhi. I'll quickly run you through the presentation and moving on. So I'm just going to talk about the undergraduate program, which is what is of your interest. And like most liberal arts and science colleges, when you join Ashoka, you join for an undergraduate degree. And you do not have to decide. So I saw some questions there about students who said they were confused and what do they do. So a liberal arts and science program is ideal for students if you're confused, because you join for an undergraduate degree program wherein you're exposed to a set of foundation courses, a set of major minor courses, and a set of co-curriculars courses. So in the 3 years or 6 semesters, at the end of which you get a BA or BSc honors, you get to understand where your real interests lie. And we offer you a 4th year, which is a postgraduate diploma in advanced studies and research, which is an optional year, but it's highly recommended. And I think it's quite clear that the NEP also says that a degree should, go on for 4 years. So I think that quite justifies the 4th year there. Coming to the foundation courses, these are the foundation courses that you're required to do when you join Ashoka, and you can, the first semester you do 4 courses, and then in the next 2.5 years you just pick and choose these courses and courses from the major and minors, which really make you understand what you're passionate about and what you're really interested in. And based on that, at the end of the 3rd semester, you declare your major to the university. So your major could be anything from the list of pure majors, the list of interdisciplinary majors, and your minor can be from the list of minors, or it can be from the list of pure majors. Now, along with that, you have to do 2 co-curricular courses, which could be anything from art, film, performing art, language, photography, and theater. And the only requirement, prerequisites that we have are that if you want to study maths, computer science, physics, and economics as a major, you need to have maths in your 11th and 12th. And if you want to study physics, you need to have physics in your 11th and 12th. And if you want to study chemistry, you need to have chemistry in your 11th and 12th. Other than that, if you are a humanities student and you studied maths in your 11th and 12th, you can very well do a BSc in mathematics or a BSc in economics. And even without having studied computer science, you can do a BSc in computer science. So there are a whole lot of opportunities and options that you have in the curriculum that we offer you, and you could make more than 200 combinations based on the subjects that we offer you. Moving on, we'll talk about the 4th year. Now, the 4th year, which offers you a postgraduate diploma in advanced studies and research, is really a year where you can convert your major subject to an advanced major. You can do a new minor. You can, explore the option of doing research. You can work as a teaching assistant, or you could just pursue a new minor or convert your minor subject to a major. So there are multiple options in the 4th year, and it's an optional year. But from our data, we realize that most students do tend to take on the 4th year because they want to get the real sense of what a liberal arts and science degree has to offer. Now, I'd like to mention and talk a little bit about the fees and the financial aid at Ashoka, because the fees per se is 9.4 lakhs per annum. But I did say we are a very large philanthropic initiative, which means that we give a large amount of financial aid, and very, very generously, which is all given to students based on the need of the family. And we've got some statistics here. So the batch of 2022, 50% of the students were on financial aid. 120 students were on full scholarship. 8% students were from a family with an income of rupees 2 lakhs and less. And also you have 10% of the students who are first generation college goers. So you can see how genuine that effort of providing financial aid to students is. Next, we are going to cover the placements in higher education opportunities of students who study at Ashoka. So talking about the placements, again, I'll present some data to you. So for students who got placed in the year 2018 and 2019, we had 334 of them students who were placed, and a total number of 352 offers were made. The average salary of an Ashoka student is 8.5 lakhs per annum, and the highest salary that an Ashoka student was offered was 23 lakhs per annum. And for students who want to move on for higher studies and do not want to, before that, the companies that students got placed at, these are some of the examples. So irrespective of the subject you have decided to major in or you have majored in, any kind of an opportunity is open for you. So you could be a major in English and you could still get a job with a banking and finance company, because it's the skills that you acquire in those 3 and 4 years that make you very good problem solvers. They make you critical thinkers, and that is what companies today are really looking at. So if you look at the companies, across the board, you have students who got hired in all different fields that exist in the industry. And for students who want to move on for their higher studies, you have multiple options, and some examples are here in front of you where students from Ashoka are at some of these top universities and many more. So you could pursue your higher studies over here. I'll quickly run you through the next part, and with that, I'll end my presentation. You have the admissions policy, which is very, very interesting because we look at your students' overall personality, we look at your overall profile. So we are looking at what you are passionate about. So the applications which open in the month of October. So for those of you who are in class 12, the applications will open in the month of October. And the admission process goes on till July. And you can start your application and submit it by December. We will come out with the latest timelines, but what we are looking at is consistent academics, good extracurricular, co-curricular. We're looking at your essay and of course an interview. So all this put together, we're trying to look at, it's a very holistic admission process. We are basically looking at your overall profile. And we have some numbers here in front of you. So that's an email ID of Vrinda, who's the person you can reach out to. She's my colleague who's also here with me today. Or you have phone numbers that you can call and reach out to us. But of course, we are here for you to ask us questions. So thank you once again, Preeti ma'am, for this opportunity. It's really a pleasure, especially knowing that you're very happy with your students who from your school who've come to Ashoka, and I believe are doing exceedingly well now. It's an absolute honor for us to be here. We are happy to answer any queries if you like. So thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Parneet. And before we move to the question answer session, I would like to invite Deepmala. Deepmala is from OP Jindal Global School. And once again, you have a lot of your seniors over there already, you know, the people you can connect with. Over to Deepmala.
Can you hear me now? Am I audible? Okay. Hello, everybody. I am
Yes.
I'm from OP Jindal Global University, and we are a social science college. And currently, like we started in 2009 with a law program with 100 students and 10 faculty. And now, in the span of 11 years, we have around 9 school and 16 undergraduate program. So we are trying our best to create a world-class institution in India. And we have strongly felt the need of it when we started. And now I'm really happy to be a part of this panel where we are seeing like there are so many other colleges which have come up now and some already existing and doing incredible work. So first and foremost, I just wanted to tell everybody that, you know, we are commonly known for our law program because we started in 2010 with law, and now we have been told, and we've got this prestigious recognition by the QS ranking as being number 1 law college in private sector. So, you know, we often get a lot of queries in this comment session about people thinking that we are a law college only, but no, we have a lot of established colleges too. I would like to share my screen and give you a little bit of idea about it. As you know that I'm talking about 16 undergraduate programs, it won't be possible for me to give you a detail about all the programs now, but what I can assure you is we have individual counselors for each and every program. If you have any specific queries regarding the eligibility criteria, regarding our collaborations, admission process, I'll try my best to touch it, but I'll not be able to give you the individual criteria because some of it is same, but many of it is different. So if I have to club this together, and if I talk about the 9 schools, as I said, we have 9 interdisciplinary schools. We started with law. In law, we offer 3 programs. One is BA LLB program, BBA LLB programs, and this year we've started 3-year legal studies. Then the next school is business school, where we offer a 5-year program, which is an integrated program, 3-year BBA program, and 2-year MBA. So you pass out with an MBA degree under the Jindal Global Business School. We also have a 3-year program, and then in future you can take any of our postgraduate programs too. So we have that flexibility for you. Then third in the row, as in I'm talking from the perspective from how it started, then we have Jindal School of International Affairs. So we started with a program called Global Affair. Again, we give you a BA honors there. It's a unique program. Recently, we've added political science in it. So you can also take up a political science program with a little bit of twist and difference to the regular program. Following that, we also started a school called Jindal School of Government and Public Policy. And under that, the undergraduate program which we did was the economics programs. You get a BA economic honors from us. And again, recently this year, we've started a program called BA in Social Sciences and Policies. This is again a 3-year program, which encompasses all these undergraduate programs. And it's a new program in India, but common in abroad. Then we also have a journalism school. Under that, we give you a BA degree in journalism and media studies. Liberal art is something which I believe is now the need of the hour, and also the best part is India is privileged to have some of the best liberal arts schools. One of it is, of course, O.P. Jindal's Liberal Arts and Humanities. The advantage students can have studying with us is because when we talk about interdisciplinarity, when we talk about liberal education, we believe and we want subjects to interact with each other. And here you get ample opportunity. So we are not a standalone college of liberal arts. So you get, being a part of a liberal arts school with us, you get all the benefits which any of the liberal arts schools will have, but your additional benefit will be, you can take electives across 9 colleges which we have. They're all under the same roof. So you don't really need to, it's something like, you get everything in a plate. So it's your choice. Post that, after liberal arts, we also started a school which is called Art and Architecture. Under that, we are offering BA Arch, and we are also offering a program called Built Environment, again very new to India. And along with that, this year we are starting BA Design in a program in B Design, which is interior design, not decoration as such. Last but not the least, we also have BA in Environmental Studies. So you will be taught Environmental Studies and Sustainability. So I wanted all of you to know that OP Jindal Global University offers 16 programs, and they are all unique in its own way, but also there is a correlation. So you get an opportunity to be studying all these subjects by taking electives. Next, I would want to go to a part which, because as we have all assembled here today to understand how best we can choose our college. Since I represent OP Jindal Global University, I would tell you from a perspective of Jindal, but I'm sure you can replicate in your other colleges too. So when you choose a college, I'm sure there are a lot of criteria which you have in mind. So we often tell students that if you consider these criteria which I have mentioned on the screen, this can really help you to decide better, and probably it can give you a clear perspective. I start with faculty because since we often talk about us being a global university, and we talk about we having collaborations with 250 collaborations with 50 countries across the globe. So it's very important that, so we, how are we different again? So if I talk about being different, is we are not only giving you opportunities to go and meet these universities that people have summer school, winter school, semester abroad opportunity, or a faculty exchange program. We also bring this diversity in our country in a small place like Haryana. So you get the best of faculties across the globe here. So if you talk about faculties from Harvard, from Oxford, from Cornell, any of the top 100 universities of the globe, they are all present here. So we try to get the best of mind who are either of the foreign origin. So we have about 14% of our faculties who are from 32 different countries. They are teaching with us. And we also have Indian faculties who studied in best colleges in India and also have a degree abroad who are there. The reason I'm mentioning this to you is because, you don't only need to learn what is happening across the country or across the world. You also need to first have a strong foundation of what is present in India. We have a rich culture. We have so much to offer ourselves. So when there is a proper amalgamation of East and West, I'm sure we'll be able to create world-class professionals, which we currently think it is the need of the hour. And we also believe that the students now, we need to prepare them with skill sets rather than only subjects. Because unless and until you're prepared, because there are a lot of jobs or opportunities which you will get by the time you graduate, would not really, it's not already present here, or many of things which you are learning now could be obsolete. Right. So if you see the slide, most of it are interconnected. Like, if you have, when I talk about faculty, if I talk about infrastructure, previously it was just one of the things which is required, but now it is the need of the hour, because now the entire education is based on technology based and how equipped you are as a university. So not a single day we've lost in terms of, missing classes because we didn't have the technological support. We did have. So we've already started our current batch for class, the second year and third year, and looking forward for you for the forthcoming batch for the first year too. We also have a strong alumni network, although not very strong as compared to many other who are there for a long time. We are just 11-year-old. But whoever are there, they are very supportive. They'll be more than happy to help you and guide you. We have anything, anything which you talk about. You talk about facilities in terms of, we say that there's a township, there's a world within a world as far as our facilities are concerned. I want to sum up by saying that this is a university which has been initiated or started by a visionary, a young gentleman who was just like you and me in India, studied in Harvard and Oxford, and had a vision of creating a world-class institute. And he's living his dream, and he's given us such a beautiful education infrastructure to us. And we are all indebted to him. And I hope as student, you also benefit from this. And if you have any specific queries, as I said, I'll be more than happy to take it individually. This is a very important decision of your life, children, because, and we believe that every child is unique and you have your unique expectation. We are trying our best to create a best fit for you so that, it is a good exchange where we try our best, we give our best, and we expect you also to give your best. And then together we could create something unique for you as well as for the country. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm open to take as many questions as possible now or later. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepmala. Before I pass the question answer session over to Almas, I would like all the participants to realize and understand that we're indeed privileged, that the country has really prepared itself for the new education policy. As you can see all these are colleges with good vocational education, courses in good vocational education. So over to Almas, please. Almas, you can open it for question answers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And thank you all the university delegates for very detailed information that you have given to all the students. I can see a lot of questions have already been answered in the Q&A box. So students, if you want to directly talk to any of the representative here, you can raise your virtual hand and we will allow you to talk to them. So moving on to the Q&A questions here. So I can see Mr. Vansh has marked this question to be answered live. So Krish says, if exams are not there, how we are evaluated?
Okay, so it's a very nice question. Why marks are not important for us is because we think that it's not a true representation of a candidate. So we focus, like I said before, we focus on qualities. So we have our own exhaustive application form, right? And you're expected to fill it thoroughly. And the information that we ask in the application form is very important for us because through that application form, we evaluate how passionate you are, if you have rigor or any commitment to do something, social awareness, general awareness, teamwork, activity. Have you done anything in the past, right? Have you done anything for the society? Then your perception, we'll give you a problem there and we would like your thoughts. So there's a paragraph which you have to write. Other than that, there are a few different things. We have our own adaptive quiz, which is AI based, artificial intelligence based. So what we do is, it's very interesting. So we throw a random question at you, and based on your reaction, the next question will come up, and based on the response, we will manage the difficulty question. For example, if you do do a question right, if you answer that question right, we will give you a difficult question. So like that. So that's a very adaptive. So that's a form. That's a thing which we have in our application form. And other than that, we have um, one SOP, statement of purpose, wherein you have to talk about yourself, your life journey, what did you face, if you have any obstacles. So basically the idea is to know you in and out, and then after that we will shortlist students based on these qualities. We will have interviews, we will have some offline activities. Yeah, so yeah.
So basically, you totally believe in profiling of the student,
Yes.
not the
Yes.
marks.
Yes.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question. So it's an open question for all the universities. Sia wants to know if any of the university offer a course in forensic sciences. Anyone? Okay, then we'll move on to the next question. Bhavishek Khurana says, if
Ma'am,
yeah,
I'd like to say something here.
Yes.
I'm talking about Atria. Atria does not have forensic science, but my niece wanted to do this, so I researched on this, and I know that if you want to do it from India, there is one university in Gujarat, in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, Forensic Sciences Institute. And if you want to know about this course, and if you want to do it outside India, then I think there is one Pennsylvania State University, which is one of the best universities for this particular course, because it's a very niche program.
Okay, thank you, Vansh, thank you very much. So Bhavishya says, if you want to pursue engineering, but we are a little confused between science and commerce, how to decide? I guess Meenu ma'am, you are the one to answer.
Yeah, thanks, Almas. Actually, there are two similar questions that how to decide about a career. So,
Yeah.
I have marked that. So I will combine the two. And there was one more question where I think Nazir has marked that he would like to answer, that how national education policy is going to affect the education system.
Yeah.
So maybe my answer will cover both. So basically, I would like to tell students starting from class 9 to 11th, because the same question has come from 2 grades. So yes, class 9 student, that is the right time to start thinking about your career. Because I have seen that many a times students start thinking about their career when they are supposed to choose a stream in class 11th. So from class 9th is the right time to explore, just explore and see what are the careers available, and your journey starts, and not your career journey, but your life journey. Many questions were pertaining to jobs, and I always tell students that first try to understand that there is a difference between a job and a career. Job you will get even after your 12th standard, right? It is anything which you do and you get money out of it. Career is how you plan your life. It is not only about your career. And then remember that 5 things you need to take care. One is the aptitude, which is your inborn capacity, which is more or less stable. I will just quickly go through it. Interest, what you are passionate about, that if you study that particular subject for next 5 years, 6 years, and you won't get bored. Okay, that means that is the passion for you. Third, your personality. If you are a very social person, then maybe something related to marketing, or if you are a very artistic person, then maybe something in designing. Is now
Minimum, I would
coming up with
suggest,
each career.
Minimum, I would suggest if you can cut down your video, because your bandwidth is very low. You can cut down your video and you can use it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry. So aptitude, interest, personality, and your value system. And fifth is your family. Many a times parents say that, I have a conflict with my parents. My parents want me to do something else. My friends are going in some other field and I want something else. So, you need to have an open dialogue with your family. And of course, Preeti ma'am is there as a counselor. So talk to her. So all these 5 dimensions you have to take care. Now the question comes, how do I know about my aptitude? Then you can look for some psychometric testing and try to see that where do you see yourself 10 years down the line, right? Along with these courses, you also need to keep it in mind that now it is the world of interdisciplinary approach. If you want to be a successful economist, You can be a successful economist only if you have a good knowledge of sociology. You know that what are the socio-cultural differences? If you know about human psychology, because then you can pursue behavioral economics, right? So see that whichever career you go for, you have to have an interdisciplinary approach. Earlier we used to say that if you're studying physics, study physics in depth. But now we say no, along with physics, you study something else also if you want to be successful. So if you're in class 9, don't think that I should not, it doesn't matter if I'm scoring low in history because I'm going to pursue science, right? So the liberal art education gives you that opportunity. So maybe you have taken up science or commerce in class 11th, and now you want to see that, I'm still not sure that what do I do. Then liberal art education gives you that broad-based knowledge, gives you those transferable skills, and then like in Kriya, what we do in the first year, you do core courses and the skill courses. And then in the second year, you decide about your major. So first year, you just explore and develop those skills. One more thing here I would like to emphasize for students that, remember that now the world is moving from what to learn to how to learn, right? So there is no, in new education policy also, you will find the same thing. Now schools will not value the rote memory. The whole system will change slowly and gradually. No change will happen overnight. And when you people enter, you need to be very flexible and adaptable in your approach when you enter the world of work. Because now it is not the scene, where you enter a job and you get a retirement, from that. Maybe as far as you people are concerned, you people will be changing maybe 5, 6, 7 jobs or maybe careers. You have to be flexible and adaptable enough. So keep all these factors, and along with all these 4 C's, always remember 4 C's, that is communication skills, creative thinking, critical thinking, and collaborative skills. You need these 4 skills, whichever career you take up. And I always end up by telling students, don't try to run a marathon, don't try to run a race mechanically, run a marathon. Take people along, take gaps in between, take rest, evaluate yourself, and then move on. Thank you, Almas.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. I hope this will help all the students who are asking these kind of questions. So I can see Ashoka University has marked a question to be answered live. So ma'am, the question is, if we want to get into science profession, will Ashoka help us in that? You are on mute, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm glad that came up because that was one of the things I missed mentioning in my presentation because I wanted to stick to the time. But what you'll be happy to know is that sciences at Ashoka are very, very strong. You have the option of researching, the research opportunities that you get because of the faculty at Ashoka. The faculty at Ashoka is doing tremendous and very brilliant real-time research where students are engaged in the research and they're part of these research projects. So everything from biology, physics, chemistry, computer science, mathematics, all these subjects are very, very strong with really good laboratory facilities and very renowned faculty who are very, very committed. So you have great career options after that. The first batch of the bio students is going to be passing out next year. And we've had, maths and computer science students doing brilliantly well. And I just have a suggestion. We shared a link. We are doing what we call the Scientifically Speaking series, which give you insight into what kind of sessions, research are happening. So this session is going to give you insight into what is the level of research that professors at Ashoka are doing. So science has tremendous scope. We are not in the day and age where, if you did well in your class, you went to, took science as a subject and, everybody just assumed you were going to be an engineer or a doctor. Things have changed now. Interdisciplinary education is the need of the hour, and that's what everybody is talking about. And this is the right place for you to explore a subject like this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. So I can see a lot of students are posting very generic questions regarding their career. So Preeti ma'am, we can have another session for this where we can actually invite some eminent counselor for them. So
Yeah.
these,
We'll do
these,
that. We'll do that definitely.
yeah. So there's a question from Dhruv. He says, can we take courses like gaming and music in minor in something and something else in major? So Neha, you have marked it live.
Yes. So I would like to inform that yes, at Flame University, music, dance, theatre, and design, all these 4 courses can be taken up as a minor subject with various subjects at your major. Like for example, you wanted to take music, right?
Yeah,
Music.
he says gaming and music in minor and something else in major.
Yeah, so along with music, the particular majors that you can take up is psychology, literary and cultural studies, environmental studies, journalism, public policy, and then applied mathematics, finance, marketing, human resource management, entrepreneurship, operations, general management, advertising and branding, digital marketing and communication, film and television, and communication studies. So along with all these, you can take up music as your minor at Flame University.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you very much. I hope, Dhruv, you have got your answer. So, Paneet ma'am, another question for you. So, Ritisha says, can we pursue medical from Ashoka University?
So you can't, because we are a liberal arts and science university. You can pursue a BSc in biology.
Okay, thank you.
We're not a medical school. So
Yeah.
if you want to pursue medicine, you have to go to a medical college.
So, the next question is from Tanveer Bedi. He says, can we take computer science with gaming? So, I guess yeah.
Yes, at Ashoka you can. You may not have gaming as a minor, but you do have options under the computer science stream where you can take computer science as a major, and you do study subjects like this. And of course, you have media and visual art and many things like that. So you can get the right combination. There are multiple subjects that are offered under these umbrellas.
So I'm just skipping your generic questions here. We can take your question in another session with some eminent counselor. So as you can see, we have also exceeded the time limit here. So this is a question for Atria. Veda says, what would you suggest is a good career for someone who takes sustainable life sciences?
So Sustainable Life Sciences is a program offering at Atria University, which includes your microbiology, biotechnology, biomedical instrumentation, gene alteration, and you can combine this curriculum, with something else also. Let's say digital transformation. You can do that as well, and it totally depends what degree you want to take. What do you want to do? If you are a research-oriented person, I would recommend you to go for BSc. If you want to do something related to engineering, you can do BTech in sustainable life sciences as well. So there are companies, if you want to ask me companies for biotech, there are a lot of companies in India. Let's say Razi Seeds, ek hai, there's one more, Bharat Biotech, then there is Pyramil Group, right? So these are the companies which are related to biotech. You can also work closely with the government. It depends what you want to do. You can work under a scientist in the department of biotech. You can work as a laboratory head if you want to do some research, right? You can also apply in the private sector or government sector. You can be associated with drug and pharmaceutical companies also. If you want to do if you want to do some research on that, you can do that as well. So it's vast. You have ample of opportunities, but the thing is that you need to sit and decide. You have to be very passionate about a thing. You have to be very adamant, and if you are confused, you have to, before that, you have to take a lot of courses, right? Liberal education is nothing but it's just T-shaped education, right? You study each and everything, and then once you decide a particular thing, you go and do a specialization in that, right? So it enables you to understand, it gives you um, tremendous knowledge, right? And that's how you clear that confusion. So if you want to do it, please, you can do it. You can definitely do it.
So
But if you
to
think,
yeah, so to add on to this question, there's another one. So Krish says, can we take gaming and music with medical? So I think, in my point of view, medical is a very dedicated area of education. So what is your take
so
on that?
just to answer that question, we do not have medical here. But if you want me to recommend you some colleges, AIMS Delhi is one of the best. Then there's one more Christian Medical College, which is in Vellore, which is a great college for medical. If you want to like study about that, you can do research on Google. Gaming, we have augmented reality, PUBG, Pokemon Go. All of these are AR equipped. AR is augmented reality. It's an interactive technology which deals with the real-time environment. So we have all of this, right? We have VR, virtual reality, how Instagram was made, what is 4D, what is 5D, right? And you can combine this with robotics, machine learning, data sciences, Hadoop, IoT, Internet of Things. Right now we see very fancy jazzy apartments with the remote, like everything is Wi-Fi enabled. You click one button, the curtains will draw off. You click one button, the fan will switch on, the lights will turn off. So all of this is IoT. This is Internet of Things. So you can combine IoT with AR, and you can do animation with gaming also here at Atria.
Thank you, Vansh. So Sanvi says, ma'am, for the minor dance courses, is it only Indian dance, or there are Western dance courses as well? She hasn't mentioned the university here. So if any of the university can relate to the question, they can answer. Should we move on to the next question then? Yes. So this is for Ashoka. Arpita says, what is the best career options after we take biology?
See, the thing about graduating from a liberal arts and science university is that you have an option to pick and choose whatever careers come your way, because the subject is what you're passionate about, and you have majored in the subject because you're passionate about it. But you can you could even go into the field of finance, because it's the skills that you've acquired along the way which are really going to make your placements for you a very, very strong, your case very strong in placements. Now, we do have students who go into the biomedical field. We go, combining biology with any other subject can open multiple options. If English has been your minor, you've studied biology, you've studied English as a minor, you could be writing, research papers, you could do multiple things. So that's the thing about, we always tell students, when you're looking at, studying at a liberal arts and science university, you're opening more doors rather than closing them and, limiting your choices. Your choices are going to be way more than what you thought they were. So they're not going to be restricted to the field of biology, but there'll be multiple options that you can explore after.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. So I'll just wind up the session here, as we have already exceeded the time limit.
Yeah.
So, yes, ma'am.
I see that Meenu has got logged out for some reason. The child who had this question about dance, I know that Kriya is introducing it. So if you note down the thing of Kriya University, you can send me a mail.
We also offer dance at Flame University. So can
okay.
Preeti, I'm here.
Yes.
I heard and read that question, but I wanted to clarify with the student whether she wants a degree, because we do have professors, who have done PhD in literature, and still they are the classical dancers, and they train students on that. But I was not clear whether she's talking about, what kind of degree, minor or just doing it as a hobby.
Yes, it was not clear.
Okay. All right. So you can write, whoever asked that question, you can send a mail both to Flame
yes,
and
definitely. Yes, yes. So you have all the details in the chat box. All the delegates have given their details in the chat box. You can definitely write back to them if you have any other query, and we will be back with your generic queries if ma'am will allow us one more session. Thank you,
Yes,
Preeti ma'am, for
yes, I'll
giving.
talk to Nazli. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And thank you all the students for patiently listening to all of us. Thank you all the delegates for a lovely session today. And this is goodbye from us. Thank you very much. And
Thank
stay
you so
safe,
much.
stay healthy, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Alma.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.